It's a powerful feeling to walk out of a barbershop with a fresh haircut. Not only do you look and feel fantastic, but within the intricacies of clippers buzzing, shears clamping, and locks falling to the floor is the barber, that therapeutic presence who offers an open ear while prepping you to take on the world.
Tacoma's a city built on community. Our barbershops are reflections of the neighborhoods they call home, and the relationships we make with our barbers keep us looking fresh and fill us with the confidence we need to face the day.
We're two guys that call Tacoma home.
I'm Casey Catherwood. You've probably seen me around at Cheney Stadium.
And I'm AJ Garcia. I'm new to Tacoma, and I want to learn who and what makes the city so desirable to live in.
Our mission? To shine a light on the places and faces that make Tacoma a city we're proud to call home.
This is our city, and these are a few of Tacoma's best barbershops.
Hey Casey, what's up with your hat, bro?
What's up with your hat?
I need a haircut.
I think we both need haircuts. Where do you go to get a trim?
I don't have a place to get a trim. I let one person cut my hair for the last 5 years. She lives back in Crivets.
Crivets, Wisconsin?
You know.
Well, what kind of haircut you looking for?
I like a classic look. It's got kind of a 1950s vibe, very rock and roll. Does a lot of compensating for my boring personality.
I think I got just the place for you. I'm gonna send you down to Donnie. He's the owner at Supernova Barbershop. It's like totally rock and roll, totally you. I think you're gonna be very happy with your experience. As AJ made his way to get his ears lowered, I popped over to Tacoma's historic Lincoln District to see my old friend, Bo Irvin. He just opened his own shop right across from Lincoln High School. He just so happened to be cutting the hair of international recording artist and local legend, King Lee's.
Hey, how's it going? Good to see you, man. Thanks for having me.
So you guys are both born and raised in Tacoma, right?
Originals, one of the few, very few.
Bo, which high school did you go to? What was kind of your childhood like?
I went to this high school across the street. I actually went to Lincoln, graduated in the year 2001, and been cutting hair since the hallways of Lincoln. I've been cutting hair since I was 15 years old, and he was actually one of my first clients at that age.
What is the best part about living in Tacoma?
That you can live at your pace. If you want to be fast or live a fast life, there's an area for that. If you just want to be mellow and out the way, there's an area for that. You can definitely live at your pace here. You don't have to cling on to the trend or to anybody else's speed or reality here. You can, and it's friendly, it's very welcoming. A lot of people want to see you succeed here. That the ones that are naturally born and raised from here, we can't wait to show you and embrace. Like, man, have you ate at the Fish House? Have you been to MSM? Have you been to Cheney Stadium? We can't wait to show you what we have here to present to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So as a musician, do you travel around the country and play shows?
Yeah,
do you get around?
I just actually did a show in Helsinki, so that was a pretty cool experience.
So when people ask you where you're from, do you say Seattle because they'll know more than Tacoma?
No, I say Tacoma, and then if they say what's that, I say it's 30 minutes south of Seattle.
And 9 times out of 10, you have to do that live.
Right. Most definitely. The homegrowners like to let it be known that there is something major here because, you know, there's such a military background here now. There's a high percentage of people that's not from here. So the people that are from here want to be held up within a certain regard in a positive light, you know what I'm saying? And
totally.
So this chest pokes out a little bit more when people say, man, why does it rain so much up out here? You know, we like the rain a little bit.
Right.
The people that are from here, they embrace it a little bit more than others. So we always fighting for some type of position. Well, if we start spitting where we're from, Tacoma a little bit more, the world will recognize us for who we really are right here in our little town.
The moment I walked into Supernova, I knew I was in for a classic rock and roll experience with Donnie Paycheck, punk rock drummer and owner of Supernova Barbershop.
Well, what do you want to do with your hair?
It's an undercut, so down to like a 1/4 inch or so.
Okay. Let me see here.
You think the punk rock community here is still a pretty tight-knit group then, eh?
Yes, I do. I know lots of them. We help each other out still, you know. Right now, the scene here is really really flourishing. You got a bunch of venues happening, you know, they got McMinimans has a venue in it, Alma Mater has a venue, and then you still got Jazz Bones and Freeway and Plaid Pig. I mean, that's a lot of places to play in Tacoma where, you know, before we used to just have Hell's Kitchen and that was it.
Yeah.
So, we're blue collar, we're working class, you know, and so like you know everybody. Like if I go to a restaurant, I see somebody, I see a client, anywhere, you know, it just happens. You see somebody, you know.
Yeah.
Well, let's look and see.
Classic look, what I usually go for. Donnie did it right. That's what I'm talking about.
Sweet. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. This was awesome.
Now it was my turn to get a trim. Making my way down to the basement of Courthouse Square to see J.D. Elquist, owner of J. Elquist Hair, and a living embodiment of what it means to be defiantly Tacoma.
Like what is it about losing hair that makes us just so brokenhearted?
Insecurity, without a doubt. I think that we wrap like so much of our personality, so much of our self-worth into how we look, you know? Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. So the other side of that then is when you do get a great haircut,
Yeah.
that's, I mean, why we do it before a wedding. That's why we do it before a funeral. That's why we do it
Job
before
interview.
a big date, job
Yeah,
interview.
all of it.
There's something to be said about this new cut, new me. I'm perfect.
Absolutely, yeah. I think a big part of it too is just like, again, I think so much of, you could have like the worst day ever and you can come sit down and get a haircut, you know what I mean? And then just like literally look yourself in the mirror. Like sometimes it's all you need to like turn your day around.
It's kind of a meditation of sorts too, because it does force us to slow down, stop. Barber is therapist almost, right?
You know, you can go anywhere and get a good haircut, right? There's plenty of barbers in Tacoma who are doing great things hair-wise. But for me, like I think my clientele is really built on like an in-depth relationship. My story is one where like I can almost relate to just about anything you're gonna say.
Right.
So there might be something
The perfect barber then, because you also are
Yeah.
terrific at cutting hair.
and they can send me down, give them a good haircut, and they, you know, leave here feeling a little bit better about themselves. You know what I mean?
Maybe that's the vulnerability that the world is missing, is we need more smocks and clippers and just force people to sit down in a chair.
I think what Tacoma Grit is about is a willingness not to quit. That's really what it's about for me. I think people in Tacoma aren't willing to quit, aren't willing to like lay down and be like, I can't do this anymore. I think it's about, you know, literally waking up every day and believing in the city, believing in what we do and getting after it. You know what I mean? I think that's what the grit is. I think it's less of the obvious stuff. I think it's like what kind of pumps through the veins of people who love this city.
When you leave a barbershop, you feel great. But it's not because of how your hair looks. It's because of that person who makes you feel comfortable, even when they're wielding scissors and hot wax.
Hair grows, it loses its color, and sometimes it all falls out. No matter the state of your mop, there's always a barber waiting somewhere in this city, ready to put you back on top. Until next time,
This is our city.
This is our city.
This is our city.
All right, so we've got one more barber, more of a stylist really, to feature on the show today. And Sarah, you're lucky enough to get to sit in his chair. So just right this way.
I didn't sign up for this, Casey.
Oh, no, trust me, he's the best.
No way.